Shalom.
All praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
Kakadash. The double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled The First 48. Okay, and this will be an extension of what to do if they come for us. Okay, you be quiet, no resistance, and you follow the script. And we have the perfect example within the scriptures, beginning with Yahushua. Now, that's something I want to say? All right. Hey, Lamar, get Matthew chapter 26 and start at verse 47.
This is Matthew chapter 26.
And the reason why I entitled this "To the Spirit of the Most High," First 48, because when you watch that series, First 48, a lot of people talk. You know, they keep running their mouth, and next thing you know, they're doing a 25-year bid. Okay? They don't know when to be quiet. But the difference is, most of them that are held captive supposed to be incarcerated because of wicked deeds. Now, us, we're being labeled as domestic terrorists because of a belief system. Okay? And that's the difference. And we're innocent. But since the world hated Yahushua, then therefore the world must hate us. All right, go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 26, verse 47. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and the elders of the people.
Right.
Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whosoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast.
And the he is referring to Yahushua. So Judas was setting up Yahushua at this time frame. Go ahead.
And Yahushua said unto him, friend, don't skip the verse. Verse 49, and forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, hail, master, and kissed him. And Yahushua said unto him, friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest.
Now this is referring to Peter. Now Peter had that resistant mindset, but Yahushua understood through the Spirit that prophecy must be fulfilled. The scriptures had to be fulfilled. When you go into that term, scriptures had to be fulfilled, it means accomplished. The words of the Most High had to be activated, such as prophecy, because the will of the Most High must be done. Go ahead, bro.
And smote off his ear. Then said Yahushua to him, put up again thy sword into his place.
Right.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
That's right. So all that perish with the sword. Oh, now read that again, Salaki.
Matthew 26, verse 52. Then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right, because at this time frame, it wasn't time for that. It wasn't time for Yahushua to take down the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire at that time frame. But we are approaching this time frame right now. However, at the end of the day, it still starts with the hand of Yahushua, meaning once he receives that green light from the Most High, we don't supposed to do nothing. So if they kick in the door, you stick to the script. You don't be you don't show any resistance. You're supposed to be what? Wiser than wise as a serpent, but yet harmless as a dove. Go ahead, bro.
Psalm 44 and 6. For I would not trust in my bow, neither should my sword save me.
Right. So we trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, we don't trust in these tangible objects because at the end of the day, they can only get you so far or nowhere.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right, so we are in the midst of wolves right now. And we are being associated with this doctrine because, hey, Lord willing, this is our lot. But at the same time frame, most importantly, there is a separation. While one world hates another world. We are within the world of Yahushua, and 2/3 of our people are within the world of Edom. Go ahead, bro.
Be ye therefore wise as
You
serpents.
be wise as serpents, so you show intellect. You understand what's going on. Exercise critical thinking. Analyze the situation. But, go ahead.
and emotional intelligence.
And emotional intelligence, meaning what? Refrain from your emotions.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
But be harmless as doves. So that's what we supposed to do if they kick in the door.
You got something else?
Go ahead.
Now jump down to verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak.
So don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't have a game plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to say. No, you let the Spirit take over. Go ahead, bro.
For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
So the Spirit is going to come upon you, and it will direct you on how to perform, what to say, and how to act.
Yeah. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
So Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah is going to be. So the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem. So the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to project His word from within you.
It's Matthew 27:13. Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou?
Go ahead, keep reading. Go back to your points. You got a precept? You want to read that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read the precept out.
We want to finish that.
Yeah, finish that.
This is Matthew 26, verse 55. In this
No.
sit down.
And because at the end of the day, hey, when they try to come for you, you know, hey, because you're
Okay,
going to be persecuted for being a so-called follower of Hamashiach Yahushua or a follower of Christ, man. You know, so you're going to be deemed a hater of this particular world, a hater of this life. So if you're not with the agenda, not with the program, then you're not needed. You know,
That's right.
and because that great divide in civilization is coming to where you have the completely rich who rule the world, and then you have the poor, which are the servants that help run that particular world, man.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 26, verse 52. Then said Yahushua to him, Put up again thy sword into his place,
Right.
for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Because it's not the will of the Most High. The Most High wants His Son to take this man down, and not us. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels?
So Yahushua had the power to do this, but he stayed spiritual. He understood that the will of his Father must be done first. It wasn't the time frame for it. Go ahead.
Verse 54. But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled?
Fulfilled. When you look that up in the Greek, it means achieve or accomplish. The words of the Most High has to be fulfilled before Esau goes down. Nothing more, nothing less. Go ahead.
That thus it must be. In the same hour said Yahushua to the multitude, Are ye come out as against a thief with swords
Right.
and strays for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple.
And that's what we've been doing weekend after weekend after weekend through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Begin with the apostles. We've been teaching weekly. Now it's daily, but at the same time frame, we're not teaching our people to bear arms. We're teaching our people to bear faith.
And ye laid no hold on me.
Yeah, so now, hey, at this time frame, we see JPD riding by. We also see the Capitol Police riding by. They haven't done anything to us. Why? Because we never was a threat, a physical threat. But still, with that being said, it's an agenda. Go ahead.
Verse 56. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled.
So we have to go through the same process. The servant is not greater than the master. Go ahead.
Then all the disciples forsook him and fled.
That's it. That's when we stop there.
Verse 56.
All right, now jump to 57. Well, you know what? Yeah. Then I want you to read 57 through 68. Same jump. Go ahead, bro. ahead.
All right, this is the book of Psalm chapter 20 and verse 7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our power.
Right, man. So, Jake, your guns, your knives, your crossbows, your bow and arrows is not going to work. I don't give a damn how you modify them. I don't give a fuck how much expertise you have within yourself to operate these objects. At the same time frame, hey, it's not within your will to take to take Esau down. You put your faith in the Most High and not on tangible things.
And the Lord himself said, wait upon him because vengeance was his.
That's right.
You know? So like the brother saying, it's no point. You know, that blessing, that carnal blessing to rule the sword was given to Esau, man. And the Lord protected Esau as far as that go when he put that on was it Cain?
Yeah, that mark?
That mark on Cain where you can't touch him, man. If you brought harm to him, then you will receive what, tenfold? Of pretty much sevenfold of judgment, pretty much.
Yeah. That's right, because why? The Most High is preserving him for the time frame now, which is the time for his son Yahushua to knock him out of power. Go ahead, bro.
They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright.
Right, and we are risen and stand upright. And it starts with a concept, a belief, a faith, and fear that we're going to be okay regardless. So if they kick in the door and drag us out, let it be. At the end of the day, if the Most High is going to preserve us, that's cool. If not, that's cool. Or will we get still a first-class seat on those chariots?
Yeah.
And that's what Daniel said. Hey, in the book of Daniel, hey, when he was faced with that temptation, what they state? Hey, okay, if the Most High save us or save us not, we still gonna go out in a nutshell, believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversaries quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
That's why you see Jake be getting gunned down nowadays and be trying to, combat with the officers. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, take your ticket, man. And you see Jake be getting gunned down because he be running off at the mouth, man. So you get stopped by a cop or anything like that, hey, just agree with your adversary. Okay, thank you, sir. And a lot of times the spirit with you, hey, how about your child? Look out for you. The cop be like, I'm gonna give you this as a warning. You know? But, that's just like a test, man. You don't gotta always run your mouth all the time, so you get stopped by these cops, man.
And then Esau changes up the law. So Jake be trying to show Esau how smart he is.
Right.
But how can you play a game when it's formatted such as A, B, and C, but when you play by the rules of A, B, and C, then he's switching from B, A, C. You know, he's a devil. I go jump to
57.
yeah, it's 57 through 68.
This is Matthew 26, verse 57. And they that laid hold on Yahushua led him away, and Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled, but Peter followed him afar off unto the high priest's palace.
So this is the process. Yahushua basically was picked up. Now he's on his way to Caiaphas. This is the process. Go ahead.
And went in and sat with the servants to see his end. Mm-hmm. Now the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false witnesses against Yahushua to put him to death.
Go ahead.
But found none, yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came two false witnesses and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of Yahweh and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee?
So Yahushua still didn't say nothing, although they were lying. And when Yahushua was talking about building that temple within 3 days, what was he talking about? That's his body. His body. But he had a spiritual perspective, and those so-called witnesses, were thinking carnal. Go ahead, bro.
But Yahushua held his peace.
But Yahushua held his peace. So during interrogation, you hold your peace. Don't say nothing. Hey, what makes Esau mad on the first 48? When you don't say nothing, you ask for your lawyer. Why? Because now he can't manipulate or entangle your words to further send you to jail. Go ahead, bro.
And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living power that thou tell us whether thou be Hamashiach and the Son of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto him, Thou hast said.
Thou hast said. So you said this. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of the power and coming in the clouds of heaven.
Right. Go ahead.
Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He has spoken blasphemy.
But that did happen. Yahushua, after he was crucified, once that spirit was ejected from that body, he went in front of his Father, and now he's on the right hand side. And now we're waiting for him to crack those clouds, and so we can see him leading the heavenly host. So he didn't lie. Go ahead.
Verse 66. What think ye? They answered, said, He is guilty of death.
Go ahead.
Then did they spit in his face and buffet him.
So Yahushua received what? A spat in the face, and they hit him. But he still did what? He kept his cool. He was spiritual. Because once you spiritual, that X out everything else from you being emotional and wanting to be resistant. Now, why? Because you're utilizing a spiritual perspective. Go ahead, bro.
And others smote him with the palm of their hand, saying, Prophesy unto us, thou Hamashiach, who is he that smote thee.
Right, so that's it right now? Is that
68.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is now.
No, yeah, stop at 68. Okay, Matthew 27, 1 through 2. So Yahushua was picked up, he was interrogated, he answered one question and kept his cool, although they were lying on him, they spat in his face, and then they beat him. That's the blueprint we supposed to follow. Go ahead.
Matthew 27:1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Yahushua
This is the next morning. Go ahead.
to put him to death.
To put him to death. Go ahead.
And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor.
So now he's going to the governor, which is Pontius Pilate. Jump to 11, brother.
Verse 11. And Yahushua stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahushua said unto him, Thou sayest.
Now you said that. Go ahead.
And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing.
He answered nothing. So people lying on you, and you know they're lying, but you understand that the will of the Most High has to be done. The scriptures has to be fulfilled. Yahushua had to stick to the script accordingly. So therefore, he could receive all power in heaven and on earth, and he could send back that Holy Spirit to his holy men. Go ahead.
Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel should stand, I will do all my pleasure.
Hey, the Most High's counsel has to stand. His word doesn't go out void. Prophecies has to be exercised and activated before the return of Yahushua. All prophecies, all scriptures must be fulfilled.
Hey, Counsel, even before Yahushua's second return, it says in Isaiah the 42nd chapter, he said, I have long time holding my peace. So he's been patient right now, letting the prophecies fulfill out before his great debut, man.
That's right.
So how much more of us in the spirit, man? That's why you go to, here's the faith and patience of the saints. You patiently wait, it means you're suffering. Man.
Right. Allowing.
This is Proverbs chapter 6, starting at verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
Yahushua's blood was shed. Okay.
False witnesses.
False witnesses under the pretense of false witnesses. And that's going to happen to some of us. But the Most High hates that. And therefore, people such as 2/3, and also beginning with the elite of Edom, trickling down to the entire nation of Edom, they have to be buffeted for that. Along with their joint heirs, which consists of these other nations. Because best believe, Jake is going to do whatever they can to sustain some form of life within this system. If that means giving you up, they gonna do it. Whether it's your wife, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, if you're not connected with them in this truth, hey, good riddance.
That's why Yahushua said, who is my mother?
That's
Who is
right.
my brother?
That's right. So have low expectations of people that are not in the truth at this time frame, so you won't get no harm with it. You know? Go ahead, bro. Just finish our stuff.
Matthew 27.
Read the 14.
Start at verse 12. And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing. Then said Pilate unto him, hearest thou not how many things they witness against me? And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly.
Right. So look, even he was like damn. Right. You know why? He marveled because he knew they were lying. He knew. Did not he receive information from his wife saying do nothing to this man? Yeah. Go ahead, Snow. Is that it? Okay, hey, so the first 48, if they kick in your door, what do? Don't be resistant. Believe in the Most High. Because at the end of the day, it's the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua anyway. So just follow the rules, such as Yahushua, which is the author and finisher of our faith, and let the cause play out. That's right. Anything y'all want to say? Hey, Lord, we are edified. Shalom.
Shalom.